What's going on, guys? I'm supcharls here. Today we'll be talking about this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 gameplay that you will be watching for today, and just give you viewers the reason why I wanted to upload it, and also quickly talk about the reasons why I haven't been able to upload any commentaries for these last 2 weeks. So with that said, let me just start off with the gameplay. So the gameplay that you will be watching for today is gonna be in a domination match. Originally, I didn't plan to play Domination. It was actually supposed to be TDM, but I joined a costume match of some sort, which had, well, Domination as the game mode. But I decided to stick around just because it was Dome, and also because I did somewhat decent at the start, and I thought it was worth staying. But eventually, with time, I would notice that there were a hacker on the other team who had this invisible hack, which is pretty common. I remember it especially on the PS3 back then when I played Modern Warfare 3, after it wasn't the recent card game anymore. And his name was Vine if I remember correctly, and he would pretty much just stack up a ton of kills. But I decided to stick around for it just to finish this match and get the XP, even though I believe if you rage quit or something like that, you don't really lose the XP like you do in current card games. But I still decided to stick around because the other players on the enemy team wasn't that bad to play against. I could actually kill those players, and they could also get me. So it was sort of balanced teams there, but the hacker was the only one who ruined the experience. But I still thought, since I rarely stay with a hacker in a whatever match it now is, I might as well use this match. The gameplay, I quickly gotta point out two things specifically. When I got Moab, because obviously the hacker can't get killed, he would get a Moab, and I don't know if it's him who changed it or whatever, but after I got Moab with my team, I couldn't really use my custom classes anymore that I have built and all that sort of stuff. It was actually reset to some default custom class builds, like when you just unlock them from prestiging, or when you just got into the game and you unlock your custom classes, which is 5 as a limit. You get these pre-built M4A1, MP5, you know, the L118A or something like that, I think. I don't remember every single gun class. The UMP45 is also probably one of them, but you pretty much get these classes already built for you. And it would basically change all my classes to that sort of stuff, which is pretty annoying. Not really on the image side of things and my custom classes when I look at them, but in-game when I actually change to this class number or whatever, it would have the default reset custom class on. And because of that, I had to use the M4A1 and the UMP45 because I didn't really know the order of weapons with the default classes that is being built and stuff like that. So I used that, and I didn't do too horrible with them, I guess. I did hit 2 somewhat decent streaks or clips, and I believe, actually, now that I think about it, the M4A1 clip was actually used on my first gunsync that I showcased whenever I now uploaded that video last month. But anyway, the classes were reset in some ways, which is pretty annoying when I wanted to run around with the A12 and level it up, because Dome is a great map for that. And at the end, I also got killed by the hacker as the final kill cam. I quickly just want to point out that the reason why I turned around and threw some flashbangs behind me, both of them, was actually because I knew he was coming after me, since he killed me a few times before it. I had hoped that I could fully blind him so that he wouldn't be able to see me at all and be completely blinded and all that sort of stuff. Then I could actually run back behind him around the corner from where he came from and pretty much, I guess, escape from my death in some way, if that was possible. I don't really think it would be possible anyway, but if it worked, then it would be nice, and if not, well, that's a shame, I guess. But I would basically throw those flashbangs behind me, hoping that he would get blinded completely, and he got me halfway through, I guess, in some ways. And at the time I didn't really think about it, but he could maybe have had the Blast Shield Pro perk on, since he probably had the Specialist bonus achieved stuff as a strike package, since I doubt he had any point streaks with the Assault or Support strike packages. So I would guess he had that, and that would probably explain why he wasn't fully blinded. I could be wrong here, I don't know. But in case you might wonder why I threw my flashbangs all of a sudden behind me, that was mainly to try and escape from that hacker. And yeah, that should pretty much explain the quick noticeable things from the gameplay. So now I'm gonna be moving on to the reasons why I didn't upload any commentaries for these last 2 weeks. So the first reason is actually because Life is Strange Before the Storm is something that I started uploading with the walkthrough on the Faves channel 2 weeks ago, and I had to render a lot of parts. And usually when I render videos in general, I don't really use my PC at all because it sort of slows it down nonetheless when rendering. So I would pretty much leave it, and also I'm afraid that it will all of a sudden freeze and restart if I do work on something, or a Life is Strange part is maybe 50% done or something with the rendering. I would have to re-render it all again, so I take no chances and just leave my PC be rendering everything before I would use it again. Currently with the PC situation I also have, but I also tried to obviously get some kills on Shadowfall gameplay uploaded for you viewers, and that is something that I haven't been able to really upload that week. Well, I did actually get one at the end, but nonetheless I tried to get some kills on Shadowfall gameplay and I couldn't get it for a little while with the week going by, so I also had to put time into playing some other games that I normally wouldn't play, like Medal of Honor 2010, Uncharted 4, Call of Duty Ghost, actually a Call of Duty game, but I did nonetheless play it and went back into it quickly. Then I also played Battlefield 4, started up slowly with Hardline again, and I even played Counter-Strike Condition Zero really quickly, and yeah, I believe that was it. There's probably some other games that I've tried, like Killzone 3, which by the way I can't connect to anymore multiplayer wise. I don't know if the servers are down or something before it was even announced, but I can't connect anymore to the Killzone 3 multiplayer for some reason, so I don't know if I will be able to upload any more of it, unless of course I do have some random quick clips that I've saved from the game. But as a whole, I don't really know if I can connect anymore to the multiplayer. I would have hoped that I could actually get something uploaded before the servers will be shut down next month, so I'm gonna still try and see if I can connect here and there maybe, and if not, then I won't be able to play Killzone 3's multiplayer anymore. Killzone 2's multiplayer however still works, but I'm not really that good at Killzone 2, so it's not that enjoyable to me. Plus the progress isn't always being saved, for me at least, so I don't really like to play it that much, but at least the multiplayer still works there, so maybe I'll have to try it a little bit here and there still. I don't know, but I definitely just don't think I will be able to upload anything there, that's for sure. So with that said, I pretty much had to put in a lot of time into different games, and especially something like Counter-Strike Condition Zero, because I remember I really wanted to win a gun game match that I went into, but I never really could. I was always pretty close. I played quite a few, but never really could win until right at the end, and then I decided to stop after that gameplay that I uploaded for you viewers, and then not bother anymore because it was pretty annoying when I couldn't get a knife kill. But yeah, some of the games I had to really put a lot of time into, which kind of meant that I couldn't really do a commentary and all that sort of stuff. Then we move on to last week. There is no excuse there, I guess I could say, a reason why I didn't upload any commentary, except for the fact that I had a cold, which pretty much made me cough a lot, and I couldn't really say stuff for too long before coughing quite a bit, so I would pretty much just decide to skip that week because I was having that cold. So I missed the commentary for last week just because of that. That was the last week's commentary being missed, and yeah, so here we are with this week. I'm really close to finishing Life is Strange Before the Storm with the episodes so far, with the Before the Storm original season, I guess you could say, with episode 1 to 3, and then there's the bonus episode coming up next month at the start. I don't remember exact date, but it will come up, and that is something that is pretty exciting for me because I enjoyed the story and all that stuff. But I'm done with the Life is Strange Before the Storm walkthrough this week, which is gonna mean that I can maybe put more time into focusing only primarily on this channel again and try to get some gameplay. But yeah, that should be everything I really wanted to mention. I'm not gonna go into gaming news and all that sort of stuff, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. And if the gameplay continues, well, you can stick around if you want, or if I have passed the time limit from the gameplay because of the commentary being too long, enjoy the clips or whatever I use if you want. I don't know, but I'll see you guys nonetheless.